Right now, President Trump's voting commission gets a green light to request information from more than 150 million registered voters as part of its investigation into claims of voter fraud in the presidential election, after a federal judge rejected a watchdog group's request to force the commission to conduct a privacy assessment first. Let's bring in our legal panel. Bob Bianchi is a criminal defense attorney and former head county prosecutor and a trial attorney. And we have Brian Claypool, who is a criminal defense attorney. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Bob, let me start with you. I had a hard time sort of breaking down what exactly this ruling meant, but then again, I'm not a lawyer. So why don't you do it for me?
Sure. There's a little bit that's good and bad for each side. It's a temporary restraining order, which means it has to be an emergent reason for the court to be involved with an issue that they would be likely to be successful on in order to be able to even get the court's action. What the court essentially said was that the president, in a long-standing history, has the right to be able to set up independent bodies and commissions in order to look at things, that this was not an agency, and under the Agency Act, that's when he would have to do a privacy assessment. But since that there is not any kind of real enforcement action of an agency, it doesn't need to be done. However, here's where the other side of the equation of what the judge said that a lot aren't talking about it is very, very important. In a couple of places throughout her opinion, she made it very clear that while this is a request, it's not a demand. The states can still not accede or give into that request. But if they start to, the commission that the president came together with, start to act in a more forceful manner, it very well may violate the law. So it gave a little bit to the president, but it also put the confines in there.
Brian, do you agree with that interpretation?
Well, Melissa, more importantly, I'm ready to call the trash hauling service to come up and pick this opinion up because it's, in my opinion, it's a piece of garbage. And here's why. Because at the heart of this case, Melissa, my argument would be that President Trump's commission, or his advisory board, as he called it, they would have to put up evidence that there has actually been voter fraud in the 2016 election. Remember, that's the premise of this entire decision. And there's absolutely zero evidence, Melissa, presented to this court and to this judge of any actual bona fide voter fraud. So why then is this judge granting this advisory board power to now intrude into the lives of 150 million voters
especially
without that evidence?
Especially when the states sell all of this information except for the Social Security numbers anyway. It's all very confusing. You guys aren't going to go anywhere. You're going to hang around for one more panel, so don't move. John.
Okay.